I'm gonna be the first one to predict what's going on. Rakai is 16, right? That's not an excuse for him to be doing certain shit. He's gonna go through this phase for like 2 more years, man, where they're gonna hate on y'all. Y'all are literally seeing him grow up on the internet. He's literally just growing up on the internet. He gonna go through this phase of 2 years where he's gonna hate him, then he's gonna mature and develop and actually have a brain and are gonna love him. That's just what it is. That's just the reality of it. Bro, that nigga literally gonna go through this phase where he's gonna have so much shit. Y'all compare him to Ray, but bro, y'all compare him to Ray, but Ray is literally Asian, gang.
That's gonna be the biggest. I want to be the biggest one day. One day. I want to be the biggest, but it's all about. So you got sacrifice, gang. We got
1.2 mil right now.
Oh, fuck that.
Good morning. On September 22nd, 2025, during Mafia. On 3. Cenat looked straight into his stream camera and made a bold prediction about Rakai. He said Rakai was going to become the biggest streamer on the entire planet, bigger than IShowSpeed, and even bigger than Kai himself. Kai kept repeating this over and over, like he was completely locked in on the idea. He even said he was betting on it.
I'll tell you right now, Rakai is going to be the biggest streamer in the world. He's going to be the biggest streamer in the world. He's going to be bigger than anybody you may know. I'm telling you, he's going to be the biggest streamer in the world. He's literally going, I'm betting you right now, he's going to be the biggest streamer in the world.
But what came right after that clip is the part most people barely talked about. And honestly, it's the part that matters the most. Right after making that massive prediction, Kai said he was focused on making sure Rakai was heading down the right path in real life first. He made it very clear that certain habits and behaviors needed to change. Kai basically said the talent and the potential were already there, but the behavior had to level up before any of that success could actually become real.
But bro, before he does that and shit, I'm just trying to make sure he's on the right path in real life. I'm telling you, gang. I'm telling you, no, he will. Because real life traits, it gotta change. I'm sorry, bro. It has to.
A lot of people heard that clip and just kept scrolling. Some heard it and immediately rolled their eyes, like Kai was taking things too far. But almost nobody stopped to ask the real question. What does biggest actually mean? Because being the biggest doesn't always mean being the most loved or the most respected. Sometimes being the biggest just means being someone nobody can avoid. Constantly being talked about and always sitting right in the middle of every conversation, whether people like it or not. And this wasn't some random comment made during the hype of a long event either. Kai kept saying it again and again in different situations, with the exact same confidence every single time. He called Rakai a superstar and said it like he truly believed the rise was already happening right in front of everybody watching.
The hate on Rakai don't even matter. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm telling y'all right now, mark my motherfucking words, Rakai gonna be a superstar. Mark my words, King. He hasn't even gotten to his mature arc yet. I'm telling y'all, he is going to be huge. No matter how much you think he annoying, no matter how much you think he do too much, no matter how much you think, I'm telling you, mark my words, mark it. Click this. I'm telling you, gang.
He said Rakai genuinely made him happy, and he didn't sound hesitant about it at all. Kai said it live on stream in front of his own audience, fully knowing how people were going to react. He knew there would be pushback, criticism, and non-stop debate surrounding Rakai. He also knew the controversy around him made that prediction look questionable to a lot of viewers. But Kai still stood on what he said with full confidence.
I want to know why, like, I fuck with Rakai, gang. That really, like, gang, like, that make me happy. Like, being around him, he be living. It's like he dead ass living his dreams, bro. I be like seeing that, like, cause bro, he got good energy, bro. Like he living, like he has good energy, bro. He's gonna be huge, gang.
He said it anyway because he truly believed it. And looking at everything that happened after, Kai might have called it perfectly. By that definition, he was right from the very moment he said it. Rakai has honestly been the most talked about streamer of the year. Not just one of them, the most talked about overall, across entertainment clips, viral moments, non-stop drama, memes, controversies, and chaotic situations nobody could have predicted or scripted. Rakai's name stayed locked in the center of almost every major streaming conversation throughout 2025 and 2026. And the craziest part is that all of this happened while he was still extremely young, which made the attention around him even louder and harder for people to ignore. Every few weeks, Rakai's name exploded all over the internet again for a completely different reason. One day it was a viral clip getting reposted everywhere. The next day it was drama, reactions, arguments, or people debating whether the hype around him was deserved or completely out of control. No matter what side people were on, they kept talking about him non-stop. And that kind of attention is hard to fake. What made everything even wilder was how fast it all happened. Most creators spend years trying to build an audience that actually locks in. But Rakai somehow became one of the main faces of online streaming conversations almost overnight. Even people who claimed they didn't watch him still knew exactly what was going on with him, because his clips, his moments, and his name were everywhere at all times. That level of visibility changes everything, especially when millions of people are watching every move in real time. That's not some small achievement either. Honestly, no streamer at that age has ever reached this kind of level so fast or so loudly before. Rakai ended up connected to the biggest drama surrounding the biggest MrBeast streaming event of the year. And somehow the attention around him became even more viral than MrBeast himself after everything unfolded. Just think about how insane that sounds for a second. At one point, people across an entire country were flooding his platforms with backlash, hostile messages, and hateful comments for weeks straight. The amount of international attention and criticism thrown at him was the kind of pressure most streamers never deal with during their whole careers, especially not at such an early stage. That's the scale of what was happening around his name. No other streamer has dominated headlines, online debates, reaction clips, and internet conversations across so many different audiences as consistently as Rakai has this year alone. And through all of it, Kai's main point kept coming back around. The fame and attention were already there, but the maturity still needed to catch up to the level of influence he had reached.
He ain't no kid. Stop saying he's a kid. Stop using that word. Wonder why? Because he learns to escape shit with it. I'm 16. I'm 16. Been 16 for 3 years, goddammit. Been 16 for 3 fucking years, goddammit.
Here's where the story starts getting complicated. Because the path Rakai took to end up at the center of every conversation wasn't really the slow grind of talent growing steadily over time. A lot of the attention came from a much faster route. Shock value, controversy, viral drama, and moments built to get people reacting instantly. That kind of spotlight spreads fast online, especially when every clip turns into another argument across social media. The internet rewards chaos faster than consistency, and Rakai figured that out early. Every controversial moment pushed his name even deeper into online conversations. Whether people were defending him, criticizing him, or turning everything into memes, the reactions only made the clips spread further. And the bigger the backlash became, the more attention followed right behind it. That's why so many people stayed divided on him. Some viewers saw a future superstar with real charisma and influence. Others saw somebody moving too reckless, too fast. But either way, people kept watching, reposting, debating, and feeding the non-stop attention surrounding his rise online. And once that kind of path starts bringing views, attention, and non-stop engagement, it becomes extremely hard to walk away from it. The rewards usually show up way before the real consequences ever do. And that can pull creators even deeper into the cycle. At first, everything seemed relatively small compared to what came later, starting with the Clout Boys conflicts that slowly began putting more attention on Rakai's name online. Then everything started spreading way beyond that point. The back-and-forth drama with DDG pushed things to a completely different level and brought way bigger audiences into the situation. What started as internet tension quickly turned into one of the biggest streaming discussions online, with higher stakes, more reactions, and non-stop attention pouring in from every direction.
Hey, chill, but just chill.
What started off as simple proximity drama slowly turned into something the entire streaming community had an opinion on. Suddenly, everybody was reacting, picking sides, reposting clips, and turning every situation into a bigger online debate. Then the whole formula started changing even more. Rage bait content entered the mix, followed by pranking and attention-grabbing moments that pushed the reactions, arguments, and viral clips to an even louder level online.
That's for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
God bless you.
Did you already pay for them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you.
All right, have a good day. God bless you.
All right, bye-bye.
At that point, the content stopped feeling random and started looking more calculated. Every stream, every clip, and every interaction seemed built to trigger reactions as fast as possible. The louder the response, the bigger the moment became online. Supporters called it entertaining and unpredictable. Critics argued the constant drama was starting to overshadow everything else about his content. But the internet moves fast, and controversy spreads even faster. Each new situation brought another wave of attention. More reposts, more reaction videos, and more people jumping into the conversation. Whether viewers loved him or couldn't stand him, Rakai kept becoming harder and harder to ignore online. Then people started noticing a growing pattern in the way he treated others, including some of his own supporters. Clips began spreading of moments where he came across as dismissive, careless, or completely unbothered toward people who were backing him. That only added more debate around his attitude, and made the conversation surrounding his streams even more heated across social media.
What happened?
My dad does reaction videos on YouTube. My Matthew's fan, been doing for like a year and a half. I think he got maybe 1.2 mil right now.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Hey, come back here. Come back here. Hey. Oh my. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, bro.
Now you're good.
It eventually reached a point where even the people closest to him couldn't just ignore everything anymore. The same people who had the biggest reasons to defend him, or look the other way, started realizing certain behavior was becoming harder to excuse. That's when Kai stepped in and checked him directly, making it clear there were real concerns behind the scenes that went far beyond internet drama and viral clips.
While we are together, I want to try my best to hold you accountable for you doing wrong. Because when you're by yourself, you're so used to getting away with doing wrong and doing certain shit that you would forever not be paid, that it's gonna become part of your normal life.
Even Phantom ended up stepping in to check him too. That stood out to a lot of people, because it showed the concerns weren't just coming from random viewers online anymore. When people actually close to the situation start speaking up publicly, it usually means the behavior had become impossible for those around him to keep brushing off.
The disrespect not only to us, but to Jinxie, you're disrespecting Jinxie's tournament. You're disrespecting Jinxie.
Things got so serious that even his own mother went on stream and publicly said this wasn't how she raised him. That moment shocked a lot of viewers because it pushed the situation beyond regular internet drama and into something way more personal. Seeing a parent step in publicly made the conversations around Rakai's behavior feel even heavier across the streaming community online.
Because of the fact that is not how you carry yourself. That is not how you talk to a woman, first of all. I raised you way better than that. So guess what? Your ass is coming home since you think you're grown. I'm booking your flight tomorrow.
Even more surprising, the drama got pushed onto an even bigger stage during the MrBeast 50 Streamers Game Challenge. After eliminating El Rubius, Rakai hit the L emote and told him nobody cared, while El Rubius was still talking to the audience. That clip spread everywhere almost instantly, and turned into one of the biggest talking points from the entire event. What could have been seen as simple competition quickly exploded into another massive online debate across multiple communities.
He's emoting on him. Justice. Nice.
He even had a full rollout planned at one point. A trailer got released, a school partnership was lined up, and everything looked ready to move forward publicly. But then the entire situation suddenly collapsed after the school reportedly pulled out because of backlash connected to the MrBeast challenge controversy. According to Rakai, the school started receiving threatening messages and decided to completely step away from the project. He later posted on X, "I'm sorry, 25XX. All I want to do is make content and make 25XX happy." Due to the MrBeast video, the school received serious threats and pulled back. That post showed just how intense the attention around his name had become at that point. This was no longer just regular internet drama or viral arguments online anymore. Real-world consequences were starting to hit people and institutions that weren't even directly involved in the situation, which made everything surrounding his rise feel even more serious and out of control. By this stage, Rakai's name was carrying a level of attention that seemed almost impossible to manage. Every new situation instantly turned into headlines, reaction streams, reposted clips, and massive debates across multiple communities online. The line between entertainment and real-world impact was starting to blur more and more, and that's where the pressure around him became way heavier. Some people still defended him and argued the internet was blowing everything out of proportion. Others believed the constant controversy was finally catching up to him. But no matter what side people picked, the spotlight never moved away for long. That's what made the entire situation so unusual. Most creators have viral moments that disappear after a few days. But Rakai's controversies kept stacking on top of each other and growing bigger each time. The attention was non-stop, and every new incident seemed to raise the stakes even higher online. But behind all the controversy, the non-stop drama, and every viral moment that had people typing in all caps online, there's another side of Rakai that a lot of viewers genuinely can't resist watching. Beneath all the chaos, he has this natural and effortless humor that stands out in a way very few streamers have managed this year. That side of him is a huge reason why his numbers kept climbing, even while the backlash, criticism, and hate continued piling up around him. A big part of his appeal comes from how unpredictable he is on stream. He somehow mastered the art of saying complete nonsense in a way that still leaves people crying laughing. There are countless clips of Rakai randomly switching mid-conversation into what sounds like a completely made-up language, not stuttering or losing his words, but fully committing to sounds and phrases that mean absolutely nothing. And somehow those moments end up feeling funnier and more memorable than content people spend hours trying to perfectly script out.
Please put a hot bulb, I'm just gonna cry.
What?
Whatever the fuck that means, I know it's flop.
But listen, and look how I look, But I don't know, man. I was in my little.
Yo, run that by me again, bro.
But I don't know, man. I was in my little.
Yo, is he the first
Human being that speaks 0 languages, bro?
Then there are the famous reading moments that viewers constantly repost everywhere online. Clips of Rakai trying to read things out loud on stream, genuinely struggling in the most unfiltered and chaotic way possible, somehow became some of his biggest viral moments. It didn't come across like forced acting or fake helplessness either. People saw it as real, awkward, and completely unscripted, which strangely made it even more entertaining to watch. Those moments regularly turned into the most shared clips from his streams because viewers never knew what unexpected thing was about to happen next.
It can all spark to make a strong artwork. That's how I would define the sneaker equation. I would say these sneakers have gone through the cat in the hat. One. KC3, I love you, Daddy. Don't talk back, KC3. I sat there with a Sally. We sat there with 2. And I said how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. Oh my fucking God.
He also recently did a Michael Jackson skit that completely took over timelines online. Rakai showed up in full MJ-style makeup and committed to the character the entire time. The voice, the movements, the energy, everything was there. What made the clip blow up even more was how fearless and completely unself-conscious he looked while doing it. Even people who were frustrated with him during that period still ended up reposting and laughing at the clip anyway, because it was impossible to ignore. Another thing that makes his content stand out is the way he talks during streams. His delivery feels completely unrehearsed and chaotic, with sentences sometimes falling apart halfway through. But somehow, that randomness makes the moments hit even harder and feel more genuine to viewers watching live. But at the same time, this video wouldn't feel honest if it only focused on the praise without mentioning the controversies too. Rakai's rise has been a mix of genuinely entertaining streams and non-stop drama happening right alongside each other. One day, people are laughing at a viral moment from his stream. The next day, his name is trending because of another debate or chaotic situation online. Still, one thing that stands out is how naturally the attention seems to come to him. He constantly ends up in headlines with a completely different type of story every time, and it rarely feels forced or overly planned. A lot of viewers believe that unpredictability is just part of his personality, and that's something people can't easily copy or fake online. He even came close to winning Breakout Streamer of the Year before ultimately losing to FaZe Adapt. That moment went viral too, after India Love jumped on stage defending him and ended up getting escorted out of the building, adding even more chaos to an already unforgettable night.
How much about?
God damn! Bow! Bow!
I'm gonna eat peacefully in this bitch.
10 times, bro. Damn.
Please, bro.
But this video wouldn't feel honest if it acted like everything around Rakai was only positive. His career has honestly been a mix of huge, entertaining moments and non-stop controversy happening at the exact same time. One stream turns into a viral comedy clip, then the next headline is another argument, debate, or chaotic situation connected to his name online. What makes it different is how naturally he seems to pull attention without looking like he's forcing every moment. No matter what kind of content he puts out, people keep watching because his energy feels unpredictable and real. That type of presence is hard to teach and even harder to fake, which is why so many people stay locked into whatever he does next. He even nearly won Breakout Streamer of the Year before losing to FaZe Adapt. And the reaction afterward went viral too, when India Love rushed the stage defending him and ended up being escorted out of the venue during the chaos.
Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt, and congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say.
And even during a recent interview, when he was asked whether he thought he would have still made it without Kai's support, Rakai answered with full confidence that he would have. That response caught a lot of people's attention because it showed how strongly he believes in his own star power and his ability to pull audiences in. Regardless of who helped boost his platform early on,
You think Cenat changed your life?
Yes. Truthful.
Without Cenat, do you think you still would have made it?
Yes. Truthful.
that confidence is a huge part of why Rakai keeps pulling people back into his streams over and over again. Whether viewers agree with him or completely disagree with him, he carries himself like somebody who already believes he belongs at the top. A lot of creators hesitate, second-guess themselves, or try too hard to please everybody online. But Rakai moves differently. He leans fully into his personality, and that confidence keeps making people pay attention. At the same time, that same attitude is also what creates so much division around him. Supporters see somebody fearless and naturally entertaining. Critics see somebody who sometimes pushes things too far without thinking about the fallout afterward. That split reaction has followed almost every major moment in his rise online and keeps fueling even more discussion around his name. Still, one thing is impossible to deny. Very few streamers have managed to dominate internet conversations as consistently as Rakai has over the last year. Every major moment, whether positive or negative, somehow circles back to him. That kind of visibility is rare, especially at his age, and it explains why Kai believed so strongly that Rakai had the potential to become one of the biggest names in streaming history. A lot of people actually agreed with that take too. One person wrote, "I think Rakai would have still made it by himself, but not this large or this fast. Kai helped him big time, but we don't give this creator enough credit for not being afraid to fail or even embarrass himself." That comment summed up how a lot of viewers see the situation. Kai may have boosted the spotlight, but Rakai's personality and fearlessness are what kept people watching. Another person said, "The reason Kai picked him up was because he was already lit." And honestly, that's the point a lot of people keep coming back to. At the end of the day, Kai was right to believe in him. The behavior might still be the biggest unanswered question, but the potential is not in doubt. The audience is not in doubt. The reach is not in doubt. And the entertainment factor definitely is not in doubt either. A lot of viewers even compare his path to IShowSpeed's early rise. Chaotic, reckless, loud, and controversial, but eventually turning into one of the most loved streamers online after maturing over time. That blueprint already exists, and many people believe Rakai could follow that same path if he grows into the spotlight the right way. Kai called it early, and the rest of the story is still being written. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment so you don't miss the latest drama and streaming stories. See you in the next one.